Right now is the best time in all of the thousands of years of history for you to educate your child at home. Hi, I'm Christine and welcome to the channel. Now, today I'm going to talk about a day in the life of a homeschooling, home educating family. And actually, a day in the life is something that is very free. That's something that I should say right from the outset. You can choose your own day in the life, as it were. And I should also start off by saying, full disclosure, I'm not a homeschooling parent, and therefore my experience is somewhat limited. So, how does the day begin? Well, the day begins with breakfast, and that's not a huge surprise. So I think a good homeschooling family would make sure that in terms of the preparation of the breakfast, everybody has a role, everybody has something that they should be doing, whether that is, depending obviously on the size of your family, before, in the preparation, laying the table and so on, or in the aftermath, the cleaning up, washing dishes and whatever. It might be that you've got a small family, so you're doing both. I think that a good breakfast is enjoyed. You take your time, you enjoy the food, you enjoy one another's company, and that is a great start to the day. Now, if you're a Christian family, then my experience suggests that this is a good time to have some prayer, maybe some Bible study, even a hymn, depending on how musical you think your family is. If you are not a Christian family, I still think this is a good time to make a point of focusing your minds for the day, and a good way to do that might be just for everybody to express their gratitude for something. Generally every day I try and think of 10 things that I'm grateful for. So I think this is a really good practice, especially when you're feeling glum about some situation. It's a really good way of lifting your mood, and you want to start the day on a positive note. Okay, well, after breakfast, after everything's cleared away and the house is nice and tidy, this is the time for numeracy and literacy. And you can choose which order you do them in. I don't recommend spending more than an hour a day on each of these subjects. That is because you're only spending an hour a day on each subject. That's why you have plenty of time to relax over breakfast. Now, after that, we're heading towards lunchtime, and of course it depends what time your family prefers to eat. So I would suggest that depending on what time of day it is, maybe it's too early to start lunch, or maybe it's just about the right time, that you do your chores. And again, everybody should have a role to play, and either do them directly before lunch or directly after lunch. And again, in the preparation of lunch, depending on what you have, soup, a sandwich, a baked potato, whatever you have, everybody should have a role, whether it's laying the table, clearing the table, washing the dishes. I mean, you might have a dishwasher, in which case that makes life a lot easier, but you would want to build into your day then somebody emptying the dishwasher, so on and so on. And then after lunch, in the afternoon, each day will be different. Again, you're choosing. This is the beauty of taking your children out of state education, is everything then becomes your choice. You can decide how will we use it, what will be the best use of our time. So I recommend that certain things that you make regular time for, not every day, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on the makeup of your family, what your children prefer to do. But I recommend very regularly, maybe even 3 or 4 times a week, that you give the children some time for self-directed work. And what I mean by that is that they are doing something that they enjoy. And you might find that your children all enjoy different things. And so in terms of setting that up, there's maybe a bit of work in the preparation. But once they get going, they should be able to do it by themselves. That's the whole point. It's self-directed. You also want to make time for trips. I've mentioned that on a previous video. Trips to zoos, trips to museums, trips to parks, and so on. Also, exercise and sports, and again, looking for things that you actually enjoy as a family, or is it that your children enjoy. It's probably not a good idea to force them to do sports they don't like. I find as a teacher that generally in primary school, most children enjoy pretty much every PE lesson. It takes a lot for them not to enjoy it. So that gives you a lot of scope for finding sports, games and whatever that they like. You might also want to spend some time once a week or whatever cooking or baking. This can be a great fun activity. There's opportunities to make a mess and then to clear up, as well as to experiment, tasting things that you've never tasted before. Then things like art and music. If you're not particularly artistic or musical, that doesn't mean that your children won't be interested in these things. And there's lots and lots and lots that you can do on YouTube in terms of art and music. And then finally, I recommend on a regular basis meeting up with other families. That is a great encouragement to you and to your children. Okay, thanks very much for tuning in, and see you in the next video. Bye.